Case 2012-176 from the Marion County docket. Matter that we weren't able to resolve yesterday is State of Arkansas versus Brandon Corey Mills. Court notes that Mr. Gibson, on Mr. Mills' behalf, you could object to venue, but it's my understanding is that this is more convenient for Mr. Mills than almost anybody else in this process, so I assume that's the issues of venue.
Waive any objection to venue, Your Honor.
Mr. Mills, you're appearing here today for purposes of changing your plea on an amended charge pursuant to an agreement that's been worked out for you by your attorney, Mr. Gibson. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And have you thoroughly discussed the terms of the agreement with Mr. Gibson, and do you feel you understand the terms of the agreement and the punishment you're to receive?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the advice and the representation that Mr. Gibson has provided you?
Yes, sir, I am.
On the amended charge, as amended by the state, of criminal mischief in the second degree, a Class D felony, how do you now plead?
Guilty.
You're entering this plea of guilty pursuant to this agreement we've been discussing. The agreement is contained in this document I'm holding up called the plea statement. Have you personally read through this plea statement and signed it?
I have.
And do you understand what's set out in this plea statement?
Yes, sir, I do.
You then understand the nature of the charges against you and the full range of penalties you're facing?
Yes, sir.
You understand the rights that you're giving up by pleading guilty here today?
Yes, sir.
The most important of those rights are the right to a trial by jury, the right to be represented by an attorney and have the assistance of that attorney at the jury trial.
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to confront the witnesses that would appear against you at trial, and you're also giving up the right to appeal. Do you understand these rights that you're giving up?
Yes, sir.
And understanding the rights you're giving up, are you still willing to go ahead and enter this plea of guilty?
I am.
Are you pleading guilty here today freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody in any form or fashion forced you into taking this plea?
No, sir.
In pleading guilty here today, do you acknowledge your involvement in the facts of this case?
I do.
Do you acknowledge that on or about August 12th of 2012 in Marion County, you participated in the causing damage through your behavior to a boat belonging to a Brooke Schultz?
Yes, sir.
Based on those statements, the court at this time will formally accept the defendant's plea of guilty, finding the defendant guilty of criminal mischief in the second degree, a Class D felony. The court finds that the defendant has freely and voluntarily entered the plea of guilty, done so after consulting with an attorney, and has acknowledged facts that constitute the crime in this case. On that basis, the court will sentence the defendant to 6 years of supervised probation, subject to the standard terms and conditions of probation, with the remaining charge in this case, theft of property, will be no prost on the motion of the state. The court is imposing a fine of $500, court costs amount of $150, a warrant service fee of $50, a booking administration fee of $20, a statutory DNA fine of $250, and under the county's ordinance for pay for stay, a fee of $55. In addition, the court is ordering the payment of $500 in restitution. All of these financial amounts I've just set out will be due and payable as a term and condition of the probation, payable at a minimum rate of $100 per month beginning within 30 days of this date. That will be the order of the court. The court is placing the defendant on probation, subject to the standard terms and conditions of probation, a copy of which, of those written terms and conditions, is attached to the plea statement in this case. And the court notes that the defendant has signed the acknowledgement, the receipt and acknowledgement of those terms and conditions of probation. The court at this time is formally signing those terms and conditions of probation, making them an order of this court. At this time, the court's going to direct Mr. Mills, that you meet with the probation officer, get set up on probation, and after that, you may be excused. Thank you. Meet with the probation officer. 2013-206, State of Arkansas versus Joshua Coulter.
Your Honor, this is on a reappearance. Judge, plea negotiations are taking place in this. Mr. Kincaid has made a plea offer. I think that we are close, but I don't think we'll get anything done today on this, Your Honor, so I'm not going to have him brought back this afternoon unless something would happen that I don't anticipate. We note the trial schedule, and he's aware of that also, Judge.
Okay, the trial is scheduled for March 10th and 11th. There's a pretrial scheduled on February 6th. We can wait till that date, or I could order him to reappear on January 2nd to see if we could resolve this matter.
Your Honor, I just seem to have him on the docket for January the 2nd, I think.
All right. I'm going to order a reappearance on January 2nd in hopes that we can resolve the matter that day.